And a new scheme to tackle the manpower crunch. Selected firms will be allowed to hire more foreign workers.
For more on this, we're joined now by Kelvin Tay. He is Managing Director for Future Mobility at the Goldbell Group, and Aslam Sardar, he's CEO of the Institute for Human Resource Professionals. Good evening to both of you. Kelvin, let's start with you. Can you give us an idea, perhaps, of what your business in future mobility is and how it can benefit from the new scheme?
Sure. Goldbell is a family-owned business, and we've been around for 40 years. So we look at our business in two key buckets, namely the core business, where we have our distribution and leasing of commercial vehicles and material handling equipment, or in layman terms, forklift. We also do have a future mobility division, which I'm in charge of. And in the future mobility division, we build technology companies to take advantage of future mobility trends to scale and grow regional or global champions. So we have three of these businesses. One of them is in optimization algorithms for goods and people transportation. Another one of them is in autonomous forklifts. And the last one is in car sharing, which is a company called Blue SG, which I currently head up as well. And we currently have more than 700 employees in the group, of which 73% of them are Singaporeans or PR.
Now, Kelvin, you talked about all these high-tech jobs like optimization of technology and data. Is it because we don't have those skills in Singapore that you think we need to source elsewhere?
Well, this is a story of transition, right? We have a core business supported by the selling, leasing, and distribution of forklifts and commercial vehicles. But at the same time, we've spotted technology trends globally, and we want to take advantage of these trends. These people do exist. We have to, of course, inspire them with our vision, in terms of what we are looking to solve in the future, and that's how we can attract these people. But they do exist. They are in Singapore, and we do have a good mix of both locals and foreigners, who are able to build these kinds of technologies for them. But let's not forget, the blue-collar workers who are also a key part, of our business and of the Singapore economy. And we do spend a lot of effort to upskill them and train them as well.
Aslam, let's bring you in on the conversation now. You're an HR professional. What's your take on this new scheme, and do you anticipate that it's going to lead to any specific challenges, perhaps, for HR professionals?
Right. So I believe, as Kelvin said, a lot of businesses are going through transitions, and this scheme really comes at a very timely moment, especially as we see businesses getting back to a sense of normalcy. The economies are opening up. So having the ability to meet their short-term HR manpower needs to support some of the growth opportunities that are available, I feel is crucial. In terms of challenges, I think the larger challenge really is we are in a manpower lean environment where there are actually more job openings than people qualified to do those jobs. So really, one of the conditions is you need to hire, one foreigner for one local. So how are we going to achieve some of those would be the concerns, or perhaps top of mind for HR to think about.
Kelvin, let's just bring you in again. Just talk about, what was mentioned, that one foreigner to one worker. If Singapore doesn't have the kind of talent that you require to expand this business, let's talk about outsourcing, just like our earlier report talking about eggs, getting them from Brunei and all these 17 other countries. When it comes to workers in your sector, where are they mostly going to be coming from?
We have a variety of job openings in the entire group. So, we are talking from about talent ranging from anywhere from a customer service officer in the car sharing business to an auto mechanic, to a technician, to a forklift mechanic. So we do have, and also to the engineering team, where we have technology talents that are required. So, our sources of labor are almost global. So the typical Southeast Asian countries and Asia countries, they typically are so diversified that we typically don't even choose where they come from. So we basically go by the skill sets and the experience that they possess. But as I mentioned earlier on, at the same time, we do have a huge percentage of locals in our workforce, and we do spend a lot of effort in allowing them to move, laterally across the organization to take on different job opportunities.
Aslam, there may be questions about possible misuse of this scheme to bring in more foreigners. From your perspective, what would you like companies to avoid doing, perhaps?
I think one of the things we do want to encourage companies to do is to look at their workforce in a more strategic way. How can they leverage on this short-term benefit of bringing in foreign labor to support perhaps transformations that they will be going through? I think Kelvin brought up a very interesting point that of how Goldbell is also going through transition as they seize new opportunities in digitalizing or serving a new need that they did not. So as organizations look towards that, they should really think about their workforce in a more strategic way. Can I bring in this short-term labor, perhaps to free up time for existing staff to take on adjacent roles that could give them more responsibilities, more competencies into the future, enhancing their jobs and hopefully benefiting from some wage increments. So I think this is how companies should be looking at this opportunity or this scheme.
Well, it's been good talking to you, gentlemen. Thanks very much for your time and thoughts. Kelvin Tay, Managing Director, Future Mobility at Goldbell Group, as well as Aslam Sardar, CEO, Institute for Human Resource Professionals.